So I just added my very first Steam controller configuration to the Steam community for Doom 2016. You can go find it in the community profiles under BRB Waffles Doom 2016 config. You can go import it, play around with it, do whatever you want. Somebody was playing around with it on Reddit, and they said that they were having trouble with the right trackpad because it seemed to always be moving. Now, that's because I have an extremely exaggerated edge spin radius on the right trackpad, and I primarily use the right trackpad only for swiping left and right. I do all of my aiming with the gyro, not just my fine-tuned aiming. I do all of my aiming with the gyro, and I don't really do a whole hell of a lot of aiming with the right trackpad. It's just for spinning the camera around the environment. Now, the edge spin radius that I put on is specifically for circle-strafe shooting, which is a very, very, very popular, very well-known technique in FPS games for circling and strafing around an enemy. And if you wanted to do this by just swiping, this is damn near impossible to actually get an accurate shot just continuously swiping. So you set up an edge spin radius, and you can spin around an enemy, and you can always have them in your crosshair if you set up an edge spin radius, and you set the edge spin speed correctly. And the reason it's so wide is because the wider it is, the more of a gradient you get. So if your enemy is further away, if you're more toward the center of the trackpad, you can spin slower and you can still strafe shoot from far away. You can get closer and spin faster. And, well, that made sense to me, because now I can utilize this extremely useful, extremely popular technique in FPS games for circling and strafing my opponents, and I can still get like the perfect 180s. I can still swipe and use the trackball and all that stuff. And usually, if I didn't have edge spin on, this type of thing would be impossible to maintain, strafing around an enemy. But now the controller will support it, and that's a little bit of explanation as to why I had the edge spin radius as thick as I did.